Awesome. All right, you guys. Hey, my name's Jordan Pickett. The goal of this call is to make your business simple. What we know in network marketing and in Arbonne specifically is that we can change people's lives, but we can only change it if we actually do the business. And we know that you have goals for your finances, goals for time and flexibility, and you also have goals to like make an impact and make a difference, and also just to become a better version of yourself. And if you're on this call, you're listening to this call, probably you've started your business and you're like, okay, I'd really like to do this thing, but I don't really know how. That's what this whole Biz Bootcamp is. So the goal kind of stirred in my heart of like, I need something to motivate myself. And so it's a combination of a lot of different trainings I've been on. So my first piece of advice before we get on this is like, I've been to like all the retreats and all the calls, and I just kind of put them all into one thing. And that's kind of how this Biz Bootcamp came apart. Okay. The goal is over the course of 90 days that you focus on activity. And this is really hard, especially if you've been an athlete or you're a straight A student, or you're just someone who likes numbers and likes metrics and measurables and achievers, because success is not necessarily the sale and success is not necessarily the title in this business, but success is going to be the activity. And I will guarantee you, if you stick around for 90 days, you will, one, be a different person because you'll be more committed and confident. And two, you will definitely be more consistent in your business, and I will be very, very, very surprised if you complete 100 activities and you don't make some money, which is what we all love, right? We love some money. And so I'm going to go over what this looks like for you. And if you have questions, pop them in the chat, and we can go from there. And so share screen, and here we go. Biz Bootcamp. Beautiful. All right. So 90-day activity challenge. I'm just going to read through this because that's how I am. I'm a teacher, coach by trade. So if you're reading this, it means you're ready to level up your mindset, your consistency, your confidence in yourself in this business. You're ready to level up your organization and your grit and leadership and your bank account. Biz Bootcamp is going to serve as a catalyst for your professional transformation by encouraging consistent action and accountability. So whether you want to build a small business and make a little extra, or whether you have your eye on, man, I'd like to make a lot and create a gap and pay some debt off, or start some travel funds, or pay for my kids' Christmas and birthdays without having to get into savings or credit cards, or if you look at the income levels and you're like, I want a big business, it's going to take consistency over time. But what I've realized is it actually takes a lot less over time. And we want to create businesses that create boundaries, businesses that we don't think about when we're not in the business, and basically just focus on that. So things that you should create. One that's really funny is I started writing this and I was like, I'm literally like writing a syllabus. And so my 5 years of teaching college actually paid off. So Biz Bootcamp is designed to help you learn the skills of confidence when talking. Your goal when you're talking to people is you are the expert. You are elevated status. So make sure your language is not striving. Your language is not begging. Your language when you're talking to people, you are not there to convince anyone of anything. You have the gift of Arbonne. You have the gift of health. You have the gift of community. You have the gift of business. People need it. And so making sure that you have elevated status, you're going to learn that. We're going to do little challenges as we go. You're going to learn how to work on sales. Sales is a skill. And so when you feel like you can't get people to order or get excited about their health, it's just a skill. It's not you. It's not rejection. It's not them. It's sales. Okay. You're going to learn how to present. One of the things we like to focus on is practice calls. And you've got to learn how to talk about the products and talk about the business with confidence in order to make commissions and get preferred clients and get consultants. You're going to learn how to do biz interviews. So people who are actually interested in the business, you're going to learn how to ask, what are their needs? What are they excited about? How could this business help them? And learn how to do interviews. The idea for me is I am hiring. I want to make sure someone has a need and a fit for my products, and a need and a fit for my business. The joy of Arbonne is you get to choose your coworkers. So don't be out there choosing anybody, because we got good vibes here and we don't want to be like bringing anybody that, you know, messes with the vibe. So the next thing is you're going to learn discipline. It takes a different type of person to commit to something and finish it for 90 days. And so my challenge for you is just to commit, like don't quit. Even if you have in 10 days where you do nothing, just pick up and start again. Don't quit. Don't ghost your upline. Just commit and be very, very honest with yourself as you're going through this. Okay. Everyone has doubts. Everyone has excitement. And so make sure that you're staying plugged into the source is one of the most important things. All right. The next thing is accountability. The hardest thing about being in a group is that other people get to see what you're doing. So if you feel like external validation is really helpful for you, tell some people in your life that you're doing this, or post it on social media and be like, hey, I'm excited to start my business. I'm doing this 90-day accountability biz boot camp. And that's just a way to start talking about the business, or to just share on social kind of what you're doing and get people involved and part of your journey. And then the next thing is resiliency. The more activity you're in, the more, this is what I found, is that about 30% of the people you talk with are going to think that this is the best thing ever. They're going to be so grateful, so excited. They're going to be like, I've been praying for this. I've been waiting for this, on the business and on the client side. About 30% are going to be somewhere in between. And then it's your responsibility to get them to see, if they don't make a change in 6 months or a year, their life could be drastically different in a negative way. So you have the opportunity to communicate with those. About a third of the people are going to think that you're the stupidest person ever, but you're actually the smartest person ever, because you chose to do this business, because this business model is genius, absolutely genius. So you're going to learn the skill of resiliency. All right. Biz Bootcamp is going to stretch you, get you so dang excited how simple this business is. It's designed to help you see that you actually can build a big R1 business, because it doesn't take intelligence. There's nothing crazy awesome about me or Cassie, or about this business, or Casey, that we are doing that is different. We have just done time and activity. That's it. All right. It takes a heart. You have to love people and be willing to tell people the truth, and willing to just love on people and serve them. And then consistent daily action. Kind of the vision here is, imagine we do this and we have this group of 14. And this is the beauty of network marketing, is that imagine if we all brought in one person, there would be 3 times as many, but you don't even know these people. You just know one people. And imagine that was your team, right? And then we're going to document and reflect on how to do this challenge. You're going to track your progress, and it'll help you focus on forward movement and grit. It's a personal commitment designed to improve your measurement of success. Instead of numbers, QV, titles, we're going to focus on daily activity and how we serve people through consistent engagement in various activities over a 3-month period. Again, this is not go out and like sprint and puke. This is, how can I be intentional about seeing people and knowing them? And if you have one quality conversation a day and they feel seen and heard, and you send your wellness survey out, and you basically get on you get a cart to them and you're really talking to them, that is a quality day. All right. We'll focus on things: prospecting, connection, building relationships. We're going to build relationships in the form of a wellness survey. They're going to tell you exactly what they want, and then you're going to help them solve their problems. 3-way calls, and then you're going to build know, like, and trust and value based on social and your personal development. You're committing to 100 activities in the span of 90 days. And I like to say, whether you sprint a mile, run a mile, walk a mile, crawl, the person who can maintain their speed consistently is the one who completes it. And so there's no comparison. You just decide how you want to go, and we'll do it. Also, I recommend that you read at least one personal development book per month. It's not tracked as part of the challenge, but it's really great to grow your mindset. So whether you're listening to an audiobook, or you are, or if you are reading the paper book. Okay. So what is the challenge? All right. So basically, on a piece of paper, you can do it today or tomorrow, or, if you can do Google Doc or whatever, you're going to write down literally numbers 1 through 100, just blank, right? Like you're taking a test, old school, in middle school. All right. Your goal is to complete 100 activity slots in 90 days or less. And if you think about it, that's like 1 a day. Right? If you wait until month 3, that's 100. That's a lot. That's 3 a day, right? If you finish the 100 activity challenge in less than 90, which I expect most of us will do, start over, try it again. Okay. The goal is to maintain activity through the 90 days. And then imagine that you bring on new consultants and you're like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Bring it in. And then we start again in September. Activities that count towards the 100. All right. Anytime you send plus follow up. Number 2, schedule. Number 3, sell. Number 4, sponsor. You're going to write down the date and the name of a person where you found them, and then the activity. So example would be 1. All right. You get in conversation with homegirl that's like, what are you drinking? You're like, oh my gosh, I love it. I'm like, I'm going to change your life. Will you do this wellness survey? You're going to love it. I'm going to send you some info. She does the wellness survey. It doesn't count as an activity unless you follow up with her, because you need to check your wellness survey, see what she said, see where her needs are, see what she's excited about, and then you comment and connect from there. If you don't have the wellness survey boards, we will send it to you. There's literally all the information in there. Okay. On the wellness survey piece, the wellness survey is going to be, you're sending this out anytime anyone is excited or interested about health at all, or you're literally saying, hey, give me your feedback. I'd love to connect with you. I'm creating community. They do the wellness survey, and then on there, they're going to tell you exactly what they want. Are they open to extra income? Are they open to skincare? Are they satisfied with their health? Right? And then they're going to tell you, do they want product recommendations or do they want to chat? And for me, the 15-minute chat is my favorite. And so you get on the phone call and you figure out their problems and you send them a cart and then you help and serve them. Okay. Then schedule. Okay. Anytime you schedule a follow-up call after the wellness survey or a 3-way biz curiosity call, book an in-person event, book a Facebook party or a virtual call. Okay. So a lot of times we're like, okay, I don't know who wants to do this business. I don't know how to talk to them about it. The best thing you can do if you're newer or restarting momentum in your business is going to be to talk about practice calls. Okay. So I'm going to come back to practice calls because I want to look at your faces when I do this. Okay. The next thing, activity counts, is sell. So anytime you or your central district purchases, so that's reorders, new PCs, your personal order, because it counts, right? So anytime you and your central district help, because the idea is you can help your central district get to district, then your business is going to grow. And then sponsor. So anytime you sponsor a new IC, and then if your new IC orders, and creates some clients, then they're going to sell as well. Now, okay, Jordan, 100 activities. That sounds amazing. What are we doing every day? Oh, it's super simple. We're calling it the Thrive in 45 plus 15 minutes of content that connects. Okay. So your goal is to create know, like, and trust. Do not puke Arbonne over everyone. Your goal is to add value. So decide what you add value about, tips and tricks. Everyone has it. So it's like usually what has worked for you. So like if I was restarting my health journey, this is what I would do. If I was restarting my journey as a mom, this is what I would do. These are 5 tips on how to stay consistent. So add value on your Instagram, add your Facebook, or even in your person. And that's going to be your content that connects. Okay. But make sure that you're being direct and asking on how to get the wellness survey, and then keep your people in a list somewhere. So the 100 activity challenge is activity. You don't necessarily want your people in there. So we're going to show you how to create a list here on how. So the first 15 minutes is going to be authentic outreach to hot leads. Okay. So hot leads are going to be literally, this is crazy, but you actually have way more people in your network than you think you do. Hot leads is anyone who likes or comments on a post related to the business, the products, or the process. So anything related to health, anything related to skincare, if you put a makeup tip out there, right? If someone asks about what you're drinking, anyone that likes anything in relation to health, wellness, skincare, non-toxic, clean ingredients, it goes in a list called hot leads because they are interested in you. All right. And you are the business, you are the magic, not just the company. Now the company is incredible, but you're the magic. All right. So anyone is going to go on this list. So what you're going to do first is you're going to go back onto your Instagram or your Facebook or your messages. And in the last 2 weeks, anyone that's liked anything in relation to health and wellness, you're going to go and put them in a list. And that's going to be the first people you talk to because they are directly engaging with you right now. All right. What you're going to do is you're going to say hi, exchange a few messages, and then you're going to ask what they struggle with in this area. So for example, say you posted something about, oh, been in the gym every single day on your story, and someone's like, dang, I wish I could be in the gym like you. Boom, hot lead. Now what you're going to do is figure out what their goals are. Oh my gosh, do you struggle being in the gym? How is that? And they tell you their struggles. You go back and forth for a few messages. And this is the magical question. Do you want help with that? And when they say yes, you'll be like, boom, I'm about to change your life. Here's my wellness survey. Fill it out. Easy. And then you check back in with them. Okay. That's your hot leads. Your warm leads. Warm leads are your market that like anything that's personal or people in your contact list that you haven't been in contact with. They are directly related to you. So anyone on your phone is a warm lead because they're in your family, they're in your life. Okay. What you're going to do is connect with them and you're going to exchange a few messages and catch up. And there's 2 things that you can do. The first one is you can say, hey, while I have you, can you give me feedback on something? Okay. And then you're going to send them Kelly G's gut health video. She's going to talk about the product. She's going to talk about hormones and have them do that. Okay. The second thing that you're going to do is ask them like, hey, I'm doing some marketing research. Can I ask you a few questions? And what you're going to ask them is basically say, do you have issues with this, this, and this, whatever you're most excited about? If you were going to get on a nutrition, if you were going to start changing your habits, what would you need? Right? Like you're asking them if as an objective party, what would you need? And this is after a few messages. And then you can be like, well, actually, I could help you with that. Like, would you like help with that? Right? Or have you started it? And so you're going to get to know them and figure that out. If the conversation doesn't authentically lead there, like Mo Berger, which is a consultant in Arbonne, that's a neurosurgeon, used to be a neurosurgeon. She always says the best verbiage is the truth. So like, don't force things, like don't be weird, right? Just talk to a person. And if it doesn't move into the house space and it doesn't feel like, it feels like they're being surface level with you, what you can ask for is a favor. And this is my favorite because everyone likes to do people a favor. And that's where you're going to get into your practice calls. Okay. And then the third thing is dream pillar conversations, dream team. So what I would do is write down 10 people that you'd want on your dream team. And then what you're not going to do is send them a message and say, hey, have you ever thought about doing Arbonne? You're not doing that. We're not doing that anymore. That's not network marketing anymore. People have been oversold, right? Even though that's how I was recruited, and I'm very, very happy and so grateful Shelby did it for me. And even though I was mean to her, I'm glad she did. But it's not the way to do it anymore because people have had it happen too many times. And I'm literally so grateful. Okay. But what Shelby did was great. Was she like took me to lunch, we had dinner, and then I had some product. And then literally she posted something about GTC and the shirts were cute. And I was like, hey, if I can get a t-shirt, I'm in. And that's how I joined the business. Like, you never know when people are ready. It's literally insane. Okay. So dream team conversations, these take a little bit longer. So you might be able to have 4 or 5 conversations in the 15 minutes of the other 2, but you might only be able to have 1. But we want to have quality conversations. So what you're looking for when you're talking to the people in your dream team is you're looking for, do they have a need for this business? And is it a fit? And it's only a fit if you would want to talk to them every single day. Okay. Right? Do they represent what you want to represent? Do they have similar values? Okay. These are people you would love to take a look at the business. They're already into fitness. Maybe they're into holistic health. Maybe they're into clean ingredients. Maybe they share on social or how, like, it's just in general vibey. And you're like, oh my gosh, I just want to be their friend. That's me. I'm like, I just want to be people's friends. And that's why I recruit. Okay. As you start a conversation, you're getting to know them, ask about their lives, listening for one of the 3 needs of the business: time, flexibility, financial needs and goals, or purpose, mission, and impact. So there's kind of 3 areas of the business that this solves, and community kind of goes into the purpose mission place. And so I'm going to kind of go, I'm going to take, how do I take this off screen share? Stop share. Okay. So I'm going to kind of close with 2 thoughts on the business side of it. This is one way I start to get to know people. If you like, say someone on social that you guys watch each other's stuff, but she lives in Australia and you like think she'd be awesome, but you can't just be like, hey, do this business. This is from, right? First, hey, where are you from? What's your family like? F, right? Or what do you do for fun? R is going to be recreation. Okay. Recreation's more like, what are your hobbies? Like, how'd you get into fitness? Okay. O is going to be occupation. What do you do for a living? And then I always say, like, you must love that. What's your dream job? And then M is their mission. And so that's just kind of some questions to start asking that. And throughout there, they're going to kind of start telling you. And if they start talking about money, they ask like, oh my gosh, have you ever thought about doing something with extra income? And so you're looking for the needs of time and flexibility. You're looking for the needs of financial and income goals. And you're looking for the needs of mission, purpose, community. And what you're going to do when you get to those questions, if you see a need, you ask them, are you open to having a conversation about what I do? And they're going to say yes or no. And then you can be like, oh my gosh, Phyllis, won the survey out. Let's chat. So those are some things that you can do on the practice calls. These are really for your warm leads. And the practice calls are also really great if you're feeling stuck in activity because you're not actually really asking someone this. And you do, and a lot of us do need to practice talking about Arbonne in the business. And so your consultant will help you with how to do that presentation, but you literally get on the phone call for 15 minutes and you go over the Is Arbonne for You flyer. And it's literally like you pretend you get them on the phone and you're like, hey, I'm going to pretend like you're interested in the business. Let's do a role play. And so it's a 3-way role play with you and your upline. And that's kind of what that is. So from there, I know I talk fast. You got to listen fast. So from there, what questions arise?
All of the survey information to make your own survey, that's in the survey boards.
Yes. And so Cassie or I, we both will drop our survey because the survey board is like closed. Too many people have used it. And so you can just copy like Cassie's survey. And then you just make a copy of your own. And that way it goes and you have all the results.
Perfect.
And the survey is like literally genius. Like they tell you, like this girl that was talking about energy with me, she filled it out and she was like, mental health, income. I want to talk on the phone 15 seconds. Like she was like, she told me literally all the things. And so we have a phone call tomorrow. So it's genius.
Love it.
Questions, concerns, excitements.
It'll be good. I'm excited to see what comes from it. Consistency.
Yeah. Me too. Me too. And so the goal is like you put your blinders on and usually like don't get distracted when the first 15 days go how you want it to or don't. You just put your blinders on and you're like, okay, I'm at 10, let's go to 20. Right? Send and follow up, schedule, sell, sponsor. And you're just looking for those things, you put them on your calendar. Okay. And if you feel like you're getting stuck, then ask people to get on a practice call. And 90 days here, I promise it'll be a big difference. Working times that we're going to do on Zoom together, you're welcome to pop on. You don't have to. It's not, nothing is mandatory. It's all personally motivating, intrinsically motivated. Is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7:15 to 7:45 a.m. Central Time. Cool. Cassie, you have anything?
Sorry, I have so many tabs open. I couldn't find the actual Zoom, but no, I'm just excited. I think I'm excited that we're all teaming up and that we're going to have just like to be able to create momentum and community together. I think someone said, oh, it's so nice that you guys are doing this because then it doesn't feel like we're working our business alone. And so I think there's just so much power in being together. So even if you can't make one Monday, but you can make the Wednesday, like it's okay. But just try to be as consistent as you can with the Monday, Wednesday, Friday calls, just because I do think it matters that we're all together. So other than that, I'm just excited to see us all level up.
Yeah. I'm super excited. Also, a way of accountability, if you know that you need accountability, is just like posting your number, like your activity list in the group every day, or post like how many conversations you had, or post like completed my Thrive in 45 every single day. And so just post it in the group, even if no one responds, so that it's just accountability. But also know that like you're absolutely made for like magic. You're made for magic. And so I just hope that at the end of 90 days that you're going into this with like, I have something to offer because I am unique and I am like drastically like you are a blessing. And so you have to operate out of the fact that like you are a blessing to people. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I love you guys.
You're amazing.
Thanks. I'm recording.